everybody, this is Donna Lee with Stampin' and Scrappin' with Donna Lee. I'll share with you another Fall Breeze card using the Photoplay Fall Breeze 6x6 paper pad. And May made its Thankful Thoughts stamp set. I think you just see it a whole lot better when you see the images stamped out. So let me grab that for you. Here it is. So that's all the images on the stamp set, and I just colored these images in using my markers. I did stamp them using VersaFine Clair Fallen Leaves ink pads. I've pre-stamped my sentiments already to save time for the video using the Ranger Distress Oxide Vintage Photo ink pad. And I've got a couple of my markers here, and we'll do a little bit of stamping on the back of the card when we're done. So I made this card earlier. I'm going to use a piece of what's left from the Brutus Monroe Assorted Color Glitter cardstock, and these are 6x6 sizes. It's like a sampler. Let me show you the paper we're going to use. This paper pack has such cute papers in it. It's just adorable. You can try to pick this up over at maymaymadeit.com. Again, it's called Photoplay Fall Breeze. It comes in a 12x12 pack and the 6x6 packs, and there were some accessories to it. So the 12x12 has stickers. I'm not sure that I don't think this one has stickers, but the sheet we're using out of this pack today looks like this. We're going to use this image and then this down here. Now my base cardstock is Brutus Monroe. Let's see, what is it called? Lunch Bag. It's called Lunch Bag. So this is a pack I picked up from maymaymadeit.com of Brutus Monroe's premium cardstock. You get 30 sheets, 10 of each color, in Lunch Bag, which is what we're using today, Alabaster, and Raven, which is the black. This is an A2 size card that I've made. I've scored this, folded it over with my with the scoreboard. I did do that this time, get a little bit better fold. And like I said, I went ahead and pre-stamped the inside of this card, the greeting. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take the leftovers from my card earlier in the week, and I'm going to use them on this side. So I'm going to put a pumpkin here. I've got a little pear, and I used my brother's Scan and Cut. If you watched my Stampin' on Sunday video, you know that I used my brother's Scan and Cut to cut these stamped images out. Some of them I used a border, some I did not. And the ones that I used the border, I just took a creamy caramel marker from Stampin' Up, went around my border just to kind of make it blend in with this Lunch Bag cardstock. So I am going to use Art Glitter Glue, which I purchased from maymaymadeit.com, and it allows you some time to get your images where you want them. So I did use my Misty when stamping my sentiments. So I'm going to place this right here. I love Art Glitter Glue. If you've not used it, buy yourself a bottle. They cannot ship it when the temperatures are freezing or below, between your shipping origination point and yourself. So you might want to go ahead and get some. I would also order the fine tip, metal tip that's on the top of this bottle. That is great for controlling how much comes out of your bottle at one time. So I'm gonna lay my pumpkin in here. I'm going to put some art glitter glue on my pear. And I'm going to layer my pear a little bit on my pumpkin. So that's the inside front cover of our card. So now we'll get to let's go ahead and do this inside. So here's what I've done. I've taken a piece of scrap of cardstock that I have in my stash, and I'm gonna put it here. Because this is A2, this is cut at 4 by 5 1/4, so it's a 1/4 inch smaller than the base of my card. So let's go ahead and get some art glitter glue all along the edge. Don't need a whole lot. This fine tip really helps you not to use too much glue. So I'm going to put it in here, and I'm eyeballing it. We're not going to stress over this. Art glitter glue gives you a minute to adjust, like I said. Okay, so we have that. And now I'm going to take the scrap that I had left from the 6 by 6 piece, this strip, and I've trimmed it down to 3 3/4 wide, and I'm just going to layer it in here just like this. Now you could ink this up. Now we could do this, or we could do this. This sort of reminds me of a tablecloth on this side. And then I was gonna put the pumpkins right there, and this is where I'm gonna write my message. So there's that. Or we could do this side, which could also be a tablecloth. What do we think? I think the pumpkins look better with this side. So that's how I'm gonna do it. But when you make your card, you make it according to your eye. Okay, so some art glitter glue. You see me pinching that off. But I'm gonna be using it again for my pumpkin, so I'm not going to put my pen back in immediately, but I need to work a little quickly. Okay, so now we're ready to put our pumpkins down. I'm just making sure got good coverage, my glue. Pinch that glue off the top so it doesn't dry and close it up, clog it up. I'm going to sit this down on my tablecloth right there. And that is the inside of my card. So this stamp says, Grace, for from his fullness we have all received grace upon grace. John 1, verse 16 from the English Standard Version. This is the focal point for my card. So I went in my stash and found this piece of textured cardstock. You can kind of see the texture in it. And I thought it's a good offset to this adorable acorn with the leaves. So I'm just going to put some art glitter glue on here. So if you can kind of pre-prep, right? Get all of your stamping done, get your images colored, cut out. I can sit and color this whole sheet and then come and cut them out. I am going to set this down, taking a few seconds to line it up where I want it. And so this I've already stamped. It says, I do not cease to give thanks for you, remembering you in my prayers. Amen. And that's from Ephesians 1, verse 16 from the English Standard Version. Offset this, because I like to do that. And then I've just taken some scrap from this wonderful glitter cardstock from Brutus Monroe. This is a must-have, but if you're a person who doesn't like glitter, this glitter is not coming off, okay? It's not. So if you don't like the sparkly glitter, all right. This isn't going to come off. This is your glitter paper. You want to go over to brutusmonroe.com, check this out, and get yourself some ordered. Now, I would, if they have that sample pack still, I would order the sampler pack, and then you've got one of each color, and then you can decide which ones are your must-haves for whatever season we're in, which we're coming up, Thanksgiving and Christmas, and then order the individual colors. So I'm just lining this up, putting a little bit of the border of this piece of cardstock, the textured cardstock. And so now we have just that to go down and we will be finished. So let me grab my adhesive. I did not get that out, so I apologize. Let me grab that. This adhesive that I'm going to use is from Scrapbook Adhesives. It's made by the 3L Corporation. I love it. That's the dimension on it. The other dimensionals that I use are from Stampin' Up, and I love them too. They're a little bit thinner than these on the depth, but these are not, these are a great size. These are a great size. So, and I go to Scrapbook Expo here every year, and I buy enough to get me through the year. The very last thing we have to do is put our Handmade By stamp on the back of our card. So I'm going to use my MISTI to lay my card in. I'm going to stamp it over here. Handmade By stamp set. So you've got all kind of options, but I really like this one because it says, let me put my hand under there, made for you by, and then it has 3 fall leaves. Okay, so here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna show you a little trick that I do when I want to have specific colors on parts of a stamp. This up. It inks so beautifully. I'm going to take one of my colors and I'm just gonna fill in my little leaves, okay? And that was the really rust, up, wrong side. I wanna use the brush tip. This is Dusty Durango, so we got that. And then the pumpkin pie is going to go right here, okay? So some of that dark ink just kind of blends in, and then we're going to take it, lay it down, press. Let's see what that looks like. That looks pretty good. I'm gonna wipe my stamp off and put it right back on my stamp sheet. So, but I love this set. It's called Handmade By, and it's just like something for every season. And then of course I'm going to sign my name in there. And here is our finished card. If you like this video, please hit like, please subscribe down below, and make sure you click on the notification button so you get notifications when I post videos and when I go live. So thanks for stopping by, and we'll see you again on Sunday for more stamping. Bye-bye.